Hello and welcome, Angela Meiritz-Reid here, Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today I'm going to be making this card. It's for our global design project. It's a colour challenge and the colours are Night of Navy, Balmy Blue and Pumpkin Pie. I hope you'll join us this week, and if you get picked you are invited to join us as a guest designer the following month, so lots of fun. All the products I've used are available at my online store and are listed in the description box below. I also create a PDF tutorial which is available via my blog, and a link to my blog is also in the description box. To start this card, I've got a basic white card base and I've used the extra thick cardstock. I find that works really well. And then this layer here, I've got two panels of Balmy Blue. The bottom one is about 2 millimeters larger than the top one, just to give a little bit of extra layering. This one is going to be embossed. I'm just going to pop and emboss that out of a camera shot, so it won't be a moment. Just avoids it bumping the camera too much and lugging it around. So I've used this gorgeous Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. It's a really great folder and I think it particularly looks good with Christmas things. I always think of music with Christmas. But those Christmas carols will start soon, I imagine. Right, so I'm just going to pop that on there. So there's just, you can see, just a tiny little bit of around the edge, not too much. And then that's going to be layered onto here, and I'll just use some dimensionals. So just get a nice even spread of those. And then want to pop that onto here and want to get it nice and even. So I'll just stand up to do that. I always find that a little bit easier. Make sure you get it nice and even. The next thing I'm going to do is stamp the tree. So I'm using this Trees for Sale stamp set, which is in the latest mini. During celebration it came with dies, tree lot dies, so if you've got those, continue to use them. Perfect for this. Otherwise they're not too tricky to fussy cut. I have got the dies here, so I will be using those, and I'm going to stamp them in Night of Navy. So I've got the large large stamp here, and I'm just going to stamp that up. Just want to make sure I get really good coverage on that. And then I've got this stamp here to go over the top of it. So I just want to get that in good position, hopefully get it in the right spot. And then I want to do that with the other two sizes. So with a photopolymer you can look through it and see that you've got a really good coverage on it. And then that one, and then lastly the smallest one. Right, and then just close that. I managed to get ink all over my fingers, just a bit messy, but it won't come off in anything. Now I want to die cut those, and I do not want to, I'm not going to do them all at once, so I'll just trim those off. I don't think I've quite got that fully stamped. I've missed. So I'll see if I can get that back on. Press on, that's better. Press onto that side properly. Right, so I'm just going to bring in my little mini stamping machine. And if you live in New Zealand and don't have a current demonstrator, I'd love to be that for you. And I'm doing a giveaway this month with anyone who orders over $100 with me goes in the draw to win one of these. They're so handy, and most things, except of course the embossing folders and some of the larger dies, but most things will go through it. It's just lightweight and a great little machine. Just fairly easy to line up, but a bit reluctant to pop them through all at once. So let's do one at a time. And then lastly this one. Right, now what I want to do is pop those onto the card, and I'm going to pop them on with dimensional. So this one's going down first, the big one. And I'll pop that sort of about there. And then this one here, so it's going to sort of partly go over the other one, so I'll just pop some dimensionals just to that side. Out there. And then this one here, I'll just pop one dimensional sort of about here, because that will go over those other ones about there. Then what I want to do is create a little bit of a snow effect, so I'm just going to bring some scrap in, put that on, and I've got a little, just a block here, and already got some, that's just the white, Whisper White pigment ink. I'm just going to add a bit of water to that. Now you keep this old aqua painter for this sort of thing, and then just want to flick onto that. Just depending how much that snow you want to have on there. I think that looks pretty on there. So I'll set that aside to dry, and while that's drying I will stamp my sentiment. So I've used a piece of pale papaya, and I've got pumpkin pie ink. So what I'm going to do is just, I've got the Merry Christmas, which is from the Framed and Festive stamp set. I'm just going to stamp that, hopefully. Nope, I haven't done a very good job of that. I'll try this end. It's a little bit tricky with my camera in the way, so I don't want you to see my head, so I'll just have another. Right, that's better. Wait, I've inked this up a little bit. Just checking I've got it evenly inked. Line that one up right next to it. And then what I want to do is trim that off. So just bring my trimmer in. And hopefully I've got that in shot. I'm just going to trim that down there. And that's why I've left it on a longer piece, because it's easier to work with. When you trim it down, you can see where you've lining it up then, and you've got this piece here to hold on to. So about there, I think. And I just want to trim that off there. And then I've got the dark pumpkin pie Stampin' Blend, and I've got my rhinestones, just the basic jewel rhinestone, and I'm going to colour those in. And I want one large one, 2 medium, got 5 of these, and then 2 small. So just use your brushing, but just be gentle because it can damage the nib if you are too rough, because with these being faceted, it can damage it a little bit. I want to pop, that's going to go over there, so I'm just going to add some dimensionals, and I'll just pop, because it's going to sit over the trees, just pop a couple just there, and then I'm going to take the backs off those, and I'm going to add another one on the top, so that it's going to give good clearance over the trees. Take the backs off those. So I'll bring that in. That won't be dry yet, so I do want to be careful of that. I don't want to smudge the white. So I'm just going to take that up to about there. Make sure it's even. Actually, I haven't left enough gap, so I'm just going to lift that. That's fine. Oopsie. Just move those out a little bit. They didn't quite clear the trees. That's better. And then lastly, what I want to do is pop my coloured rhinestones on. So I've got a nice big one down here, and one of these small ones. Just going to pop it over that bit of paint. Another small one, just tuck that. This is slightly smaller, I might tuck that just down there actually this time. A medium one here, and then another medium one up there. And that is my card for this week. So fairly quick and easy. And yeah, I really like those colours together. I guess I've cheated a little bit using the pale papaya as well, but I've sneaked in, I've managed to pop in some pumpkin pie there. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye.